接手监视，请按照乘务员的指令。
Gentlemen, welcome aboard. Thank you for choosing Xiamen Airlines, a member of SkyTeam Alliance. All the crew of satisfaction is forever our goal.
本次航班全程禁烟，严禁在飞机的任何区域内吸烟，严禁触摸与损坏洗手间内的烟雾探测器。
Smoking is prohibited on board aircraft. Non-smoke or doors is smoke detected in the laboratory.
飞行全程请勿使用充电宝。飞机起飞至着陆期间，请将移动电话切换至飞行模式或关机状态。
For safety reasons, power banks shall not be used during the entire flight. From takeoff to landing, please set your mobile phone to flight mode or turn it off.
有关电子设备的使用规范，请您遵守机组成员的要求。
For the use of electronic devices, please follow the instructions.
客需要使用氧气面罩不自动脱落，请向下拉面罩，将面罩罩在口鼻处。戴好面罩后，再协助其他旅客。
In case of cabin depressurization, the oxygen mask will drop automatically. When you see the mask, pull the mask towards you and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Please put your own mask on before helping others.
救生衣存放在您座位下侧或中间扶手下方。水上迫降时，请取出救生衣穿好，但在客舱内不要伸至。
Life vests are stored under your seat or under the middle armrest. In case of ditching, please take out the life vest and put it on. But do not inflate the vest inside the cabin.
当您撤离至出口时，再用力拉动红色 T 型阀门充气。充气不足时，请向人工充气管充气，使救生衣膨胀。救生衣装有定位灯，需要时拔掉电池销，入水后定位灯将发亮。
When you reach the exit, pull the red T-shaped tab to inflate. In case of inadequate inflation, please blow air into the manual inflation tube for inflation. The life vest is equipped with a locator during the Xiamen Airlines.
女士们、先生们，你们好！客舱乘务员将进行起飞前安全检查，请您收起小桌板，调直座椅靠背，全程保持安全带扣好系紧，并将安全带系在衣物或毛毯外部。本次航班全程禁烟，请取下连接在设备上的耳机及数据连接线，谢谢。
Ladies and gentlemen.
持安全带扣好系紧。如果您身旁的座位无人使用，请协助我们将控座位上的安全带扣好。洗手间暂停使用。请关闭手提电脑等大型电子设备的电源，并确认手机及其他电子设备仍处于飞行模式或关机状态。同时，请取下连接在设备上的耳机及数据连接线。飞机下降过程中，如遇紧急情况，请听从机组人员的指挥，不要携带任何行李物品。请再次确认离您最近的应急出口位置。谢谢。
Thank you for helping us fasten the seatbelt of the vacant seat next to you. The lavatories will be closed during this period. Please turn off the large portable electronic devices such as laptops and keep your mobile phones and any other electronic devices off or remain in flight mode. Meanwhile, unplug your headphones and